Good morning, ladies.
Good morning.
I am so blessed to be here. Not only is this my first women's conference,
Amen.
but this is more such a blessing to be amongst all of you beautiful women, young and seasoned. I won't say old, but I won't say
Right now.
thank you. Seasoned women.
Appreciate it. Right there. I like that.
And a woman full of the wealth of women. Okay. Yes. We are here. The welcome women are here. I am here with my family. I am so happy. And here with my spiritual sisters, which is great as well. But when we had prayer up here, I was just, God just blessed, laid in my spirit, Proverbs 27:17.
Ooh, amen.
Where it says, "Steel sharpens steel, and a sister helps another.
Amen.
One helps another." When you saw Shawana and her sister hand in hand,
Mhm.
and the pastor came and she caught everyone behind there, we got to help each other.
Amen.
Okay? When one moves to the left, the whole team moves to the left.
That's
When
right.
one moves to the right, the whole team moves to the right. That's what it's about. We have to be accountable for each other. So tell your sister beside you, your niece, your grandbaby, your auntie, or whoever it is, say, "Excuse me."
Excuse me.
It's about to get real.
It's about to get real. It's about to get real. It's about to get real.
About to get real in here today.
Amen.
Yah doesn't only talk the talk, but she does walk the walk. So get comfortable. I know her personally. She is definitely a woman of faith. She just don't talk about it, but she is about it.
Amen.
She's about business. I don't say that just to be saying it just to introduce her, but I would say that because she has done it for me personally, and she does what she says she's gonna do. Okay, so she is a woman of faith. She is a Philadelphia native. She do know the city of Philadelphia. She's been there and done that and saw that and all of that.
Amen.
So, yeah, but she is a woman who's been through that, and she can turn your trial into some triumphant times, your broken pieces into your wholeness. That's what she's about. Her book is Made Whole. She is an author. Part 2 is coming this fall.
Amen.
She is the president of Wholeness University, something that just launched. She's about her business.
Amen.
Made for Purpose is doing some remarkable things. She mentors. She's a counselor. She is a marriage and family counselor. She's an educator. She is a community activist. I don't know how she balances it all in one plate, but she does it. She's a co-pastor. She, alongside her husband, a Kingdom Vision Family Worship Center in Dover, Delaware. They have been doing this thing for some time. She does it. She's in it. She goes to a lot of collegiate universities, and she talks to students young and those who are seasoned. And she does leadership training because you walk into a lot of things at that time in your life, and you're trying to figure out, what do I do? Who am I? So you need, who are you? But today you're about to find out. So that little gut, that little inner part of you that you really want to know, like, what am I going to do? How am I going to do it? God is here to tell you. I present to you the remarkable Yahshakiah.
Amen.
Give Jesus a hand. People talk about all that I am, but I'm here today just to show you all that God is. Amen.
Amen.
And I can't stand here today if it was not for Him. I couldn't be here today if it was not for Him. And I always say that my real bio is that I'm a woman that got up. My real bio is that I struggle with some things in life. My real bio is that I didn't take the hand that was dealt to me and I allowed for God to do what He needed to do in me. And the real bio is that I was active in my own wholeness. Amen. Because a lot of times we come to God and we cry out to God and we ask God to do and We ask God to be, and we want all of this, and God is saying, what you going to do? And I had to get up, right? Because I was in this pit. I was in this dark place. I was in this place. So all of the things that Sharima talks about is from my broken pieces. Right? All of the ways in which I can stand here today is because of all of the things that I went through before. Wholeness University was birthed because I can look into a room and see people broken, but they still praising God. I can look into a room and go to work and see people are professional on their job and they dress that thing up, but they don't know whether or not this is where they're supposed to be. They don't know. They don't feel like that's where they're supposed to be. They don't believe that they deserve to be in this place, right? Because sometimes our issues make us believe that we're not worthy.
Amen.
Our issues make us believe that we shouldn't stand before where we are today. And a lot of times we give credit to our issues when we should be giving credit to God.
Amen. Amen.
So, my journey of being made for purpose or coming to wholeness kind of started a few years ago. I do mirror the woman with the issue of blood. For 12 years, I dealt with my stuff, right? I was in that thing, and I didn't know what I needed to do. And just a little backstory, I believe that we all have a story, right?
That's right.
And all of us believe that our story is the story that's the story. And our story is, because you don't understand how I was brought up. So you don't know what I struggle with. All of us got that, so we're going to get that out of the way. So my story is that both my parents were on drugs, right? At a very early age, they were in and out of jail, and I picked up along the way that the people that were supposed to love me didn't love me. Because if they loved me, they would have put that down. If they loved me, they wouldn't have kept leaving me. If they loved me, they wouldn't have done X, Y, and Z. So as a child, I picked up rejection. The spirit of rejection, very heavy in my life. So because I picked up the spirit of rejection, and I believe that the people that were supposed to love me, but they got their own demons. We ain't get there yet because I ain't know that. The people that were supposed to love me and they were supposed to do, they didn't. So because they didn't, there's something wrong with me that you wouldn't stay. There's something wrong with me that you wouldn't love me. There's something wrong with me. So for 12 years, my issues became my identity. Right? I began looking for love in all of the wrong places. I'm talking about places. I'm not just talking about in romantic places. Because we keep giving romance that everybody's not looking for love in romantic places. But I began to have friendships that I know that I shouldn't have been friends with them. And I allowed them to do. And I began to buy my way in situations and circumstances. And I wanted to just be. Right? I wanted you to love me. I wanted you to like me. I wanted you to do all of these things. So for 12 years, I struggled with who I was. I struggled with my identity. And then one day, I can remember I was in this, like you want to call it, a situationship. But my husband, I don't even give it my boyfriend. This situationship that I was in I was in a situationship for longer than I was with myself. And I can remember him being in my, leaving my door. And I said that it has to be more than this. Like, I can't keep feeling empty when you're not here and feeling empty when you are here. So
come on now.
More than this. And by this time, I'm 22 years old, and I'm looking at myself in the mirror, and I was like, you gotta love yourself more. This is what I'm saying to myself. I'm not making this up. He literally, I let him out. And the way that our dorm was set up, this was the door, and when you walk through the door, kind of like a hotel, the bathroom was right here, the dorm was here, and I shut the door, and I went, and I looked, and I just started crying, because I knew that that was the last time, although we didn't verbalize it, but I didn't know how I was going to make sure that that was the last time. I didn't know how I was going to stop myself from texting again, how I was going to stop myself from answering again. So I stood there, crying with my eyes balled out, and was like, you gotta want more. You gotta love yourself more. And at 22 was the first time I told myself that I love myself. I didn't get it from my mom. I didn't get it from my dad. So all of this time I'm on this journey and on this quest to look for something that God had all along. But I didn't know that he had that all along. I got saved at 13. But I didn't know what that meant. Let me paint that backdrop for you. My mom was a Muslim. I just knew that I didn't want that. She knew that she was naming me something Muslim. Yahshakiah, no Y-A-H is Yahweh. It was already ordained, right? I ain't got no E's in there, so it wasn't spelled brought home, and it wasn't for me. So even though at 13 I got saved, I didn't walk in salvation. Even though at 13, I traded God's love for God's love, I didn't know what that looked like, and I didn't know what that meant. So for me, I struggled, and I struggled very hard. So today, I came just to say to you, ask this one question, and then we're going to go into the Bible. How bad do you want it?
Amen.
How bad do you want it? Because we could pray heaven down. I was the one that kept coming to the altar. I'm just going to keep coming. I'm going to keep coming. I know there's a lot you need to alter with me, God. But guess what? After the altar call, you got to go and do something. Yeah, you got to go and do something. So everybody that got prayed for, like Pastor Crystal said, did you write that thing down? When God has brought it into your life, did you write that thing down, or did you just and then go sit down, and then after you get all of this, and after you get all of this, what do you want to do with it? Because that's what's going to matter, is how bad you want it. Because when you want it bad enough, it doesn't matter how it feels. It doesn't matter what you got to go through. But I'm going to do what I need to do to get what I need to do.
That's right.
So how bad do you want it?
Right.
And if I was to give this thing for those people that need a subtitle and all of that, no more identity theft.
Oh.
No more identity theft.
That's right.
Thank you.
Amen.
And I have two different scriptures I'm going to go to.
Let's go.
Jeremiah 1 and 5.
Oh.
Jeremiah 1 and 5. Come on, you're done. Right? And I'm reading the New International Version, so some of my words may be just a little different. Before I formed you in the womb, I knew you. Before you were born, I set you apart. I made you for a purpose. I appointed you as a prophet to the nations, right? We get that. We know that God made us for a purpose. We know that we're all supposed to be here. But here's the issue that I had. Right here. Alas, sovereign God, I say, I do not know how to speak. I'm too young. Here go that issue. Here go that issue. First thing you identified with was what you can't be. First thing you identified with was what you wasn't. Now, God just sat here and told you that before I knew you, I formed you in the womb. He just sat here and told you that I appointed you to the nations. He just sat here and told you that I made you for a purpose. And the first thing that comes out of Jeremiah's mouth is what he can't do. Right? His issue was in the fact that he was too young. Now, my issue wasn't that I was too young. My issue that I had a lot of rejection. My issue was that I had all of these things. I'm not sure what your issue is, but I know that we all have one.
That's right.
And I know that for so many of us, we skipped over that first part of 5 and went straight to 6 and told God all of the reasons why we can't be, why we can't walk, why we can't have. But God is saying, how bad do you want it? How bad do you want it? Then we go to the story with the woman with the issue of blood, right? And I'm going to paraphrase. It's in Matthew and it's in Mark 5. And it talks about, it's around the 25th to 26th chapter. This woman that has this certain infirmity, and it's painting the picture. In historical times, when you're on your cycle, you're not supposed to come out, right? So you're not supposed to come out from the 3 to 5 to 7, however your flow is. You're not supposed to come out because you're considered unclean. So this woman had been bleeding for 12 years. So not only could she not come out for the 3 to 5 days in that month, she couldn't come out for 12 years. So she couldn't come out for 12 years. She's tried doctors. She's tried this. She's went and talked to her friends and them. She's done all of these things, right? Right? We do what we know to do, right? I go here to get this remedy. I go there to get this remedy. I do all of this. I do all of that. At some point in her mind, I believe that she just said that this is what it was going to be. Because if I dealt with this for 12 years, it's no way possible that I knew that Jesus was the answer and did not go for him around year 2.
I know that's right.
So I get to this thing, it's 12 years, right? And she's here, and she hears that Jesus just finished ministering all of that. She hears that he's in town. She takes a chance, and she goes. She doesn't walk through the crowd because she can't be there, right? She crawls through the crowd. And remember that if I could just touch the hem of his garment,
right. That's right.
So she touches the hem of his garment. And in that moment, it says that he lost power. Right? Because of her issues and all that she had, she needed some power. He lost power. He turned around. He said, "Who touched me?" She was scared. She was trembling.
Yes.
And he says, "Daughter, thy faith has made you whole." So I say to you today, how bad do you want it? And we're going to look at her, right? So we're going to look at this woman. She wanted it bad, but she allowed for her identity to still alive in her. She allowed for her issues to become her identity. One of the most frightening experiences of today is identity theft, right? And regular identity theft, before we can get into emotional identity theft. When somebody steals your identity, when somebody goes and creates a new life, right? You have to do all of this stuff to prove that person isn't you, right? You got to do all of this stuff to prove you spend money, you spend time, you spend all of this energy because somebody has stolen something that belongs to you. Why? It's quite simple. Because most people experience identity theft aren't even aware that they've been violated.
Go ahead. Come on.
You're not even aware that your identity was taken. Catch that in the spiritual realm. You ain't even you're not even aware that the enemy stole something from you. You're not even aware that that seed was planted in you to make you rejected. You're not even aware that that thing was put in you to make you be fearful and not move forward. You don't even know when that thing came about, but you know that you went to go and sign up for something. You know that you went to go do something, and they tell you that you can't. Because somebody else has already had it. Because somebody else has already did it. That's what identity theft does. So we all, right? Identity theft is the fraudulent acquisition and use of a person's private identity in identifying information. So for so many of us, you may not have had it in the natural, but something has stolen your identity in Christ.
Amen.
Something has allowed for you to believe that you're not all that God has called you to be. Something has allowed for you to play it small. Something has allowed for you to have to say over and over again that I can, because something has made you believe that you can. So the woman with the issue of blood believed that she couldn't. So she went to doctors after doctors after doctors, and she couldn't, right? At some point, it got exhausting. At some point, I'm just going to live like this. This is just who I am. See, for me, my brokenness led the room. I introduced myself as the drug addict's daughter. I introduced myself as a little girl who had X, Y, and Z. I let that thing proceed before me, but that's not who God called me to be.
Amen.
My issues don't have anything to do with my family members. That was a decision that they made, but I lived under that shadow for so long that it became who I was. I introduced myself as such, not so much out of my mouth, but out of my spirit, out of my actions, out of who I was. I begin to say, well, this is who I am, and this is all I'm going to be. This is who I am. This is all I'm going to be. You check around your life. How are you introducing yourself? Are you introducing yourself based on your last situation, based on your pain, based on your past? What are you introducing yourself as? Because what you say out your mouth, what you exude is who you are. So if you're the apple of his eye, but you're walking around like you got baptized in grapefruit juice, that don't work.
Right.
If you're the head and not the tail, and you're above and not beneath, why do you keep being beneath all of this stuff? Why do you keep looking up at situations that you're supposed to stand over?
Amen.
So the woman with the issue of blood, she had an issue. We all can agree that we have an issue, right? Her issue lasted 12 years. Some of us, ours lasted longer. Right? Because she lived with it, it stole her identity. Because I lived with that thing stole my identity. And I'm going to be real. It's only been 5 or 6 years that I didn't proceed with that, Pastor Chris. I proceeded with all that the enemy wanted me to focus on. So I didn't walk in a room and say, I'm Yah, the person who overcame all of that. I'm Yah, the person who their mom said that, no. That's not who I am. I just want to show you God's power. Because it doesn't matter what my mom didn't do. It doesn't matter what my dad did not do. It doesn't matter the seeds that were spoken over my life. It matters that I got up.
Amen. Amen.
It matters that I didn't settle to stay in that place. That's what matters the most. Did I have some years that I didn't push forward? Absolutely. But when I knew better, I did better.
Amen.
Right?
Amen.
So her issues caused her physical pain. It was mentally and emotionally draining. Right? It broke her. Come on. It was a financial burden because she went here, here, and here. She went everywhere. How many of us, our stuff got us into some financial situations? How many of us, our stuff caused us physical pain?
Yes.
Our stuff broke us mentally and emotionally. Our stuff, our issues, right? She was a social outcast because of it. See, the enemy will make you believe that you can't come around people when you do some stuff that ain't right. He want to isolate you and keep you over here so that he can continue to feed you with all of the lies and all of the things. So if I could just exclude you from those people that's going to speak life into you, if I just remove you from your family, if I just remove you from everybody, I'll continue to pour everything that I say about you into you, and you'll